All right, let's talk about the life, but mostly the death of Elmer McCurdy. And I should say, not even really the death, mostly the corpse. McCurdy was an American outlaw, but that's not why he's famous. McCurdy was dubbed the bandit that wouldn't give up. He was born in Washington, Maine in 1880. He struggled with alcoholism, and though he was trained as a plumber, it was hard for him to hold a job for very long. In 1907, he joined the Army and was trained in nitroglycerin to detonate explosives. Remember that, that's foreshadowing. After he was discharged from the military, McCurdy became an outlaw and a bandit. He attempted to use nitroglycerin in his robberies, but he had kind of mixed results. For example, in 1911, McCurdy and a group of men decided to rob the Iron Mountain Missouri Pacific train. They managed to successfully board and stop the train and find the safe, but McCurdy used too much explosive material, and the safe, along with all of its contents, was completely destroyed. Eventually, McCurdy was killed by 3 sheriffs in 1911, after they tracked him down in a hay shed. But now, the real story starts. Because his body was unclaimed, the undertaker used a specific type of embalming fluid, an arsenic-based preservative, but it was meant to keep the body intact for much, much longer. And boy, was it successful. Joseph J. Johnson, the undertaker, wouldn't release or bury the body as he wasn't paid for his services. Eventually, he decided to display McCurdy as a way to make some money back. And so for just a nickel, you could see the body of the bandit that wouldn't give up. It was a fairly popular attraction. In October of 1916, a man claiming to be the brother of McCurdy finally showed up and took the corpse from the undertaker. But he wasn't actually McCurdy's brother. He was the owner of the Great Patterson Traveling Show, and he took the body on the road. Then a new owner named Sonny took over the carnival company. Sonny put the body in something called the Traveling Museum of Crime, alongside wax figures of outlaws like Jesse James. In 1828, his body was part of the sideshow for the Trans-American Foot Race. In 1933, director Dwayne Esper used McCurdy to promote his film Narcotic. He displayed the corpse in theater lobbies as a dead dope fiend, which is truly horrifying and problematic on many levels. McCurdy was put in storage for many years, until 1964, when he made an appearance in a film called She Freak, which came out in 1967. Next, it arrived at the Hollywood Wax Museum, and then it went on display at Mount Rushmore, where it suffered wind damage. And finally, it was sold to the Pike, an amusement park in Long Beach, California. And in 1976, it was discovered by a television film crew in production for a series for the $6 Million Man, hanging as part of the Dark Funhouse exhibit at the Pike. Elmer McCurdy was finally buried, on April 22, 1977. And to make sure that McCurdy would never, ever leave his final resting place ever again, 2 feet of cement was poured on top of the casket. Dead Outlaw, a musical currently on Broadway, tells the story of Elmer McCurdy, and I highly recommend it if you're in the area. The music is so good. For more strange history, listen to the Lunatics Radio Hour podcast.